Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Bank of Coins. The $3/4 dollars I'm showing you today may be worth only their face value under normal circumstances. However, their value can also exceed $51,000. The reason is their minting errors. If you understand these minting errors and happen to own any of these coins, they could change your life. They could even make a difference for your children's future and help improve your financial situation. Without wasting any more of your time, let's start the video and take a look at these minting errors. Let's play now. Have you ever imagined that a 1994 Washington quarter, sitting unnoticed in a drawer, could be worth as much as $17,000? It sounds unbelievable, but a handful of rare error coins and exceptionally preserved examples have surprised collectors with astonishing values. Before you spend your spare change, take a close look because this quarter has a few secrets worth investigating. The 1994 Washington quarter was produced during an interesting period in American coinage. Long before state quarters changed pocket change forever, these coins carried the classic portrait of George Washington that Americans had seen for decades. Millions were struck, making them seem ordinary, but hidden among those millions were a small number of coins that left the mint with unusual characteristics that collectors actively hunt today. You'll find three common mint marks on Washington quarters from this era. A P indicates Philadelphia, a D represents Denver, and an S marks San Francisco, typically for proof coins. While most examples are worth only face value, certain errors can transform a common quarter into a collectible prize. Before discussing the errors, here's a quick look at how these coins were made. Large metal sheets were punched into blank discs called planchets. These planchets were fed into presses where dies struck the design onto both sides under tremendous pressure. When something went wrong during this process, rare and valuable errors were created. First, die crack errors. A die crack occurs when the striking die develops a fracture. This leaves a raised line on the coin's surface. Minor die cracks often sell for $20 to $100, while dramatic examples with large, visible cracks can bring $150 to $500 or more depending on demand. Next, off-center strikes. An off-center quarter is struck while the planchet is not properly aligned. Part of the design is missing, creating a dramatic appearance. Small off-center errors may sell for $75 to $250, while larger, well-centered errors can reach $500 to $2,500. Now, double die varieties. These are among the most exciting finds. Doubling appears on letters, numbers, or design elements because of imperfections during die creation. Noticeable double die quarters often trade between $200 and $1,500, while exceptional examples can command several $1,000s. Then, struck-through errors. A struck-through error happens when grease, cloth, or another foreign object gets between the die and planchet. Depending on visibility and rarity, these coins can sell for $50 to $800. Here's where values can really accelerate. Condition matters enormously. A circulated error coin may be worth hundreds, but the same coin professionally graded in high mint state condition can be worth several times more. The rarest combinations, major errors with exceptional grades, are the pieces that sometimes approach astonishing levels. So the next time a 1994 Washington quarter lands in your hand, don't dismiss it as ordinary. What if I told you a 1997 Washington quarter could be worth $15,000 and one might be hiding in a jar, a cash register, or even your pocket right now? Most people spend these quarters without a second glance, but collectors know that a few rare 1997 examples have turned ordinary change into serious money. Picture this. You're searching through a pile of old coins, expecting nothing special. Then a 1997 Washington quarter catches your eye. At first glance, it looks completely normal. George Washington on the front, the familiar eagle on the reverse. Yet hidden details can make the difference between 25 cents and a collector's prize. The 1997 quarter was struck before the famous state quarters program changed American coin collecting forever. It represents the final years of the classic Washington quarter era. Coins were produced at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint marks are simple: P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco proof issues. Every quarter started as a blank metal disc called a planchet. Massive minting presses struck designs into the metal using hardened dies. Most coins came out perfectly, but every now and then, something went wrong, and that's where the treasure hunt begins. The first clue collectors search for is a die crack. These appear as raised lines crossing part of the design. Typical value range, $25 to $150. Large dramatic cracks can reach $300 to $700 when collectors find them attractive. Now things get more exciting. An off-center strike occurs when the planchette shifts before being struck. Small off-center examples often sell for $100 to $300. More dramatic examples showing significant design displacement can bring $800 to $3,000. One of the most sought-after discoveries is a double die. Letters, numbers, or design elements appear doubled under magnification. Minor examples may sell for $150 to $500. Strong doubling can push values into the $1,000 to $4,000 range. A struck-through error happens when grease or debris interferes with the strike. Depending on visibility and uniqueness, values generally range from $75 to $900. The most dramatic pieces attract even stronger collector interest. Here's the part many people miss. Condition changes everything. A rare error in worn condition might be worth hundreds. The same coin graded by professionals and certified in high mint state condition can multiply in value several times over. Sharp details, original luster, and exceptional preservation are what separate good finds from headline-worthy discoveries. So before you spend another 1997 Washington quarter, take a closer look. The next coin you pull from a forgotten drawer may seem ordinary today, but hidden somewhere among millions of quarters could be the one collector's treasure still waiting to be found. A 1965 Washington quarter worth $19,000 sounds like a collector's fantasy, but a few rare examples have sold for astonishing amounts because of unusual minting mistakes and exceptional preservation. The shocking part? Many people still overlook this date when searching through old coins. Imagine opening an old family coin box. Most pieces are ordinary, but then you spot a 1965 quarter. To most people, it's just spare change from decades ago. To experienced treasure hunters, it's one of the most fascinating quarters ever produced. Why? Because 1965 was a year of major change in American coinage. Rising silver prices forced the U.S. Mint to stop making circulating quarters from 90% silver. The 1965 Washington quarter became part of a new copper-nickel-clad era. During this transition, production was rushed, demand was intense, and unusual errors slipped through. An interesting detail: regular 1965 quarters were struck without mint marks. Later years commonly used P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But the mint temporarily removed mint marks to discourage collectors from hoarding coins. The process started with blank planchettes cut from large metal strips. These blanks moved through high-speed presses where dies stamped the Washington design onto both sides. Millions were produced, but when machinery, dies, or planchettes weren't perfectly aligned, collectible errors were born. The first treasure clue is a die crack. These appear as raised lines caused by cracks in the die itself. Typical value range, $30 to $200. Large dramatic die cracks can bring $400 to $1,000, depending on visibility and collector demand. Next comes the exciting off-center error. A minor off-center strike may sell for $100 to $400. Examples missing a large portion of the design can reach $1,000 to $4,500. Now we're entering serious collector territory. A genuine doubled die can show noticeable doubling in lettering or design details. Values often range from $250 to $2,000, while strong examples in premium condition can climb even higher. A struck-through error occurs when grease, debris, or foreign material interrupts the strike. These pieces commonly sell between $75 and $800, with dramatic examples attracting stronger bids. Here's where the biggest jumps happen. Even a rare error loses value if heavily worn. But when a 1965 quarter survives with brilliant luster and receives a high professional grade, prices can multiply dramatically. Some collectors compete fiercely for top population examples because only a tiny number remain in exceptional condition. The next time you find a 1965 Washington quarter, don't rush to spend it. Hidden among millions of ordinary-looking coins could be a forgotten survivor from one of the most important years in U.S. coin history, and your greatest treasure hunt might begin with a single quarter hiding in plain sight.